Hello there gang, Devere here with another Past Blast, in which we'll be playing a little bit of Red Faction 2, the 2003 follow-up to Red Faction, which is probably not a surprise in naming conventions, so let's see what we get option-wise. So you get a few game settings, just your basic interface mainly. Very limited audio and video settings, but there is a launcher outside the game again for a few extra settings, and such as your resolution. Controls, fully rebindable, which is always good. And finally a few sensitivity settings for your mouse and your controller. I am playing, of course, with the mouse and keyboard. I've not tried it with a controller, so I can't say how good that is. As an FPS on a PC is definitely best with the old-fashioned best tool for the job. So you get a bot match. Multiplayer is gone. It's decent enough. There's you and 5 other bots, and deathmatch and team deathmatch and a bit of capture the flag. So it's there. And fine. So let's dive on with some single player. It's sort of a bit of a cumbersome way of you select your level or your mission, then you select the actual level. I'll start from the level there.
Sopot is broadcasting from the studios upstairs. We kill him and get out fast.
I think I hear them. Yes, sir. We've got them tracked. You! Inside! Come out with your hands up!
Looks like we're expected. These guys have more guts than sense.
So graphics are quite a bit blocky. Very very squared off here. Same with the FOVs, feels a bit tight as well compared to the actual original Red Faction. So it's dual wield our pistols. Which way did he go? Can I not pick up the SMG? No, for some reason I can't. Oh, I took quite a hammering there. Yeah, the health system's interesting. You can carry 3 medkits with you. Let's see if there's any laying around. But if you don't take any more, if you can stop the damage happening, then the health bar will recharge. It's sort of in between old school health pickups and more modern constant regenning.
You go on, Alias. Take the elevator to the top floor. I'll send back up ASAP. Squad, check in.
This is Tangier. I'm inside. I can see the roof of the public information building. There's activity on the helipad, but I'm too low to get an angle on it. Quill out.
Repta, resistance heavy, outnumbered 15-1. Under control.
Shrike here. I got rid of the boat, as planned.
What do we got for transport?
On my way to get my gunship.
We don't really have. Stay focused.
I know someone's getting me from somewhere. Oh, down there. I really want to be on that. Can I get to that ladder?
Be a safe haven for you and others like you.
So if we survive, Pretty Boy promises not to murder the freaks. As if he could succeed where Sopot's elite guard failed.
Hey, Echo and the Red Faction are on our side.
Yeah, they hired us, and we're safe as long as they need us.
Put a sock in it, ladies. We've got a job to do.
So this is still built on the Geomod engine, but it's not as prevalent the destruction anymore that it was in the previous game. You'll see the next issue here.
Attention. Do not leave your desk. If you spot an intruder, call security.
Hey, Amy. You hear all that nonsense? I know how to handle these things.
So yes, the levels are incredibly small for the most part. Definitely get the feeling that this was made first and foremost for consoles, with PC as an afterthought. Hey, I'm leaping in from. These animations are fairly decent for the age of the game. So yeah, it's also really tying to Red Faction, the actual Red Faction game, the original. Because the original, of course, was set on Mars, whereas I don't know where they're raining in from. Whereas this is now on Earth, and you're part of these nano soldiers. We're supposed to be these nano soldiers, and so it's raining men, hallelujah. Oh, probably want to go this way. But yeah.
Not my job. I am not cleaning any of this. I don't do blood and bodies. You get away from me. I quit. I quit.
This one's taking a bit longer.
The game doesn't really stinge on ammunition or weapons eventually. Dual wielding's quite fun, but it's a bit weird. Your right mouse fires your left gun, your left mouse fires your right gun. So it's a very basic FPS. But yeah, how's it feeling in the Red Faction? You get the feeling it sort of doesn't. I do get the feeling this was made was being developed as a separate game.
Nice to know.
Then they decided just to slap on the Red Faction label on it and stick in the voice acting, which is probably about the best part of the game. The voice acting is obviously pretty good. You've probably heard there is, of course, Jason Statham and Lance Hendrickson. So that's probably going to tell you what. That alone, you can probably guess what's going to happen with the plot and story.
You deal with it.
And dealing with it.
Try the indirect approach.
I don't need the indirect approach, I've got a rocket launcher. I think they wanted us to go up the side here. You get a fairly decent selection of weapons, but it doesn't have those shared ammo pool things. So as soon as you get a slightly better version of a weapon, there's really no point to ever go back to any of these low-level weapons. I don't think I ever used the pistols at any point. And you've got several different grenade types as well. Have we got them yet? Yeah, we've got some claymore or mine types and some normal grenades. Which way we've got to go?
Alias, back up.
Alright, that's her.
You're welcome.
Don't hurt me there. So yeah, it's also vehicles now. The vehicles are not the same as before. You basically, so I mean, we're loading a level already. The levels are incredibly short for the most part. Although they're fairly they are at least fairly varied. Dead on. But yeah, unfortunately, the vehicle sections now are mostly on. There's some on rail shooters. They're very specific sections. Whereas the previous Red Faction, you didn't always have to take the vehicles if you wanted to try and fight your way through.
Guys, we have a problem. There's a gunship. I just saw a terrible wall. Lower back
I don't know what she's looking at.
Come on, aliens. Move.
But it's a bit of a mixed bag. This is.
I'm better.
It's not terrible. The story's fairly predictable. Because apparently we've been hired by this Red Faction, the Red Faction, on Earth to kill this guy's soap pot. Is that open now? Good, good, good. You'll never see much, and you never have to struggle for weapons, ammunition, or anything else.
How's it going, big guy?
Just,
attack came sometime before dawn, and is led by one of the attackers is in front of this
And shut him up for the time being. If you kill civilians, you get a red star, and if you do good things, you get a green star. It's so yeah, it's a bit of an odd mixed bag. This one. I thought I saw a shotgun I was scrolling through last time. No, I didn't. I thought I had that shotgun already. It's a decent enough weapon selection. But the difficulties are a mixed bag as well. If you, I'm playing this on medium, you're unlikely to ever be sort of very challenged by it. Only during the boss matches you're likely to die when you're on this sitting. But stick it to hard, and wow, they're not joking about the hard bit. A couple of bullets can quickly wipe you out. That's without the boss fights. So yeah, it's an easy isn't even worth being there. I don't know why they've got easy at all. It's as I say, you're never too worried about. That's my rocket launcher. But yeah, that's the most the sort of geomod engine gets used now. There's no more sort of blasting your way through the environment to make your own little pathways. There's supposed to be some sort of cyborg, those things. So it's not that it's terrible. As you can see, it's not really challenging either. But you do get a lot of varied missions and weapons. You get the bot match, and the very loosest connection to the actual original Red Faction. But yeah, you definitely get a feeling this was designed as a console-only FPS that they halfway through development decided to slap all this Red Faction stuff in it. And you get some decent voice acting. As I say, obviously Hendrickson and Statham probably the two most outstanding, or at least recognised. That's where we're going. So yeah, we'll get back to concluding our dealings here, gang. It's certainly nowhere near as epic and as wide-ranging as the original Red. The original Red Faction. The story is predictable.
Play it smart, and we've got him.
I mean, as soon as you hear Lance Hendrickson's voice, you know exactly what's going to happen. There's no spoiler there. No, I don't think there's a single thing that appears in sort of, and it doesn't have the predictable betrayals and attempts at twists and turns. So it's not a spoiler. If anything with Lance Hendrickson in, you know what it's about. Yeah, you keep. Oh, he gets a better gun. So yeah, decent selection of weapons. The bot matches. Oh, here we go. This is one of the. At the end of this is one of the vehicle sections. But yeah, it's a lot tamed down. It's quite a bit tamed down from the original Red Faction. It's not as long either. The levels are quite short, but it's not terrible. So if you're after a fairly average FPS with some good moments, then yeah, it's just a shame it wasn't quite as epic as the original Red Faction in itself. It's with the bot matches, it gives you a bit of disposable, sort of easy gameplay as well. There's that to be said for it. So anyway, gang, thanks for taking time to watch the video, and I hope you found it useful and entertaining in some way. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to let me know you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.